You're watching First at 5. Stick with us.
Spending time on a special project at home. Laura Warren returns to News 12 and Your Home, Monday, September 14th on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
More students are entering schools this year. Nearly 60% of students chose virtual learning this year. School officials say the first week will be geared toward getting the technology figured out, and teachers are getting creative.
A lot of teachers are setting up their classrooms online using Bitmoji classrooms. It excites the children and makes them, happy to come back.
Richmond County schools say any technical problems are being fixed over the phone, and if that doesn't work, they're replacing laptops or hotspots where needed. Middle and high school students will start on Thursday.
To the West Coast now, where wildfires have been burning and are destroying forests and entire towns. This morning, helicopters rescued about 100 people from the growing Creek Fire that's in California's Sierra National Forest.
Parts of the state have suffered 3 days of scorching heat in what is already an historic fire season. Chris Martinez reports near the Bobcat Fire, where officials are concerned winds could fan the flames.
The California National Guard is working to rescue people and pets trapped by the raging Creek Fire near Fresno. Military pilots made several attempts yesterday, but heavy smoke stopped them at every turn. The blaze has consumed more than 135,000 acres and is 0% contained. Flames raced through the mountain town of Big Creek, destroying at least half its buildings, including Toby Waite's home.
Devastation. I don't know how else to put it. It was totally devastating.
These are the charred and melted remains of a gas station in Pine Ridge, and more blazes are burning.
Since just, August 15th, we have had over 900 fires statewide.
The Bobcat Fire is burning just on the other side of that mountain, and firefighters worry strong winds expected tonight could force the flames into neighborhoods like this one.
We don't want that fire to go any further south. That's why a warning was made for everybody in those areas to be prepared, have a plan ready to go.
In the Pacific Northwest, approximately 90% of the town of Malden in Washington state is completely gone. That includes the fire station, post office, and city hall.
We have power lines down everywhere. We have trees down everywhere. I'd ask anybody in the area just to stay away, let the firefighters work.
Fires have scorched more than 2 million acres in California this year. That's already the highest total on record. And peak fire season is only just beginning.
California's largest energy provider, PG&E, has already cut off power to some customers, fearing down power lines could spark more fires.
We've had some dry weather here lately, but hopefully rain's on the way later in the week, Riley, as we look at an empty hawk cam this afternoon.
Empty hawk can. It looks like we may have a little smoke rising over there in the horizon, just to the left part.
Yeah, there is something over there.
Yeah, it looks like some smoke. Maybe, I think that's towards the Hitchcock Woods area. I'm not sure if they're doing a controlled burn or not, but yeah, for us, we've been very dry, but we are going to finally see a change in our pattern heading into Wednesday. So if you have anything you want to do outside, get it done now. And most of the day tomorrow is looking dry as well, just a little bit higher chance to see a passing shower or storm. Nice afternoon on the Savannah River, I-20 here, courtesy of EarthCam. Our temperatures are back up to 90 again today, but it's just not feeling as humid for us. And it's thanks to these dew points generally in the mid to upper 50s, just making it feel a lot more comfortable for us. Many of us have stayed below 90 all afternoon long, but here in Augusta, Louisville, SRS, Aiken, you were briefly up to 90. So a few hot spots, but generally just a very beautiful afternoon. And we are expecting dry conditions through this evening, tonight as well. We are going to see more clouds, so the cloud cover is going to be increasing towards early Wednesday morning, and that is a sign of changes heading our way. Have a look at those rain chances in just a little bit.
Riley, thanks very much. A convenience store owner is dead after a robbery turns into a murder in Barnwell County. 60-year-old Ashwanbi Patel was shot to death at the corner stop in Blackville. He was the owner of that store. This happened this morning just before 7 o'clock, and you can see from the video a heavy police presence there as they begin the investigation to find the suspect responsible. The community hoping change will come from this tragedy.
I would like for us to come together as a community, be on one accord, help one another, and just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. I really do.
There will, of course, be an autopsy as this investigation just gets going, but coming up here at 6 o'clock, we're going to hear from community members who were close close friends of Mr. Patel.
A deadly week in Sparta as authorities investigate a second incident. The GBI tells us 6 people are injured and 1 more person was killed after a shooting. On Sunday around 1:45 in the morning, the Hancock County Sheriff's Office was called to Fay and Lee Streets. Sabril Taylor died there. The GBI says 6 other people were shot and taken to the hospital. So far, no arrests have been made. There was an aggravated assault and murder that same day in Sparta about 7 hours earlier. A crash in Florida today has left 3 people dead after a car ran a red light. This happened in Tampa. Police say the driver of a Chevy Malibu ran a red light and hit a Nissan Altima. The crash caused the Malibu to lose control and then hit a pole. All 3 people in the car were ejected from the vehicle and died on scene. The driver of the Altima was taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
Nearly 1,000 double voting cases have been...
It's more of an economic crisis. That compares to early July when 56% said the pandemic was more of a health crisis. And more than half of adults say it's a bigger concern that businesses are reopening too quickly. Well, late summer trips help boost air travel over the holiday weekend. From Memorial Day through Labor Day weekend, the TSA screened 65 million people. That was down nearly 76% from the same period last year. More than 3 million passengers passed through TSA checkpoints over the Labor Day weekend. Still, that was down nearly 60% from the holiday weekend in 2019.
Facebook says it's offering to pay people not to use Facebook. The company says it's part of a study about the impact of social media on political views during this election season. You could get paid up to $120 for taking part in the study, but you'd have to deactivate your Facebook or Instagram accounts for either 1 week or 6 weeks if you were selected. About 400,000 users are expected to be included in this new study.
Still ahead because of the pandemic, that home improvement project might have to wait a few months. We'll explain why coming up.
We've enjoyed sunny and dry conditions over the past several days, but our pattern is going to be changing tomorrow. We'll take a look at that coming up.
A cell phone.
That is true, but hey, it's a way to keep everyone busy while we're spending more time indoors.
Yeah, it's good. Invest in home. That's a good thing.
To weather now as we take a look over St. Sebastian Way. It looks a little cloudy out there than it did before, but we need to enjoy this dry weather while we have it.
Definitely right, Zana, and that cloud cover is moving in from the east, but not bringing any rain with it tonight, so if you have any plans to step out this evening, we are expecting dry conditions, so just kind of some high-level ice crystals, actually, these high-level clouds here. Now, we're still at 90. We officially hit a high of 91 today in Augusta, which seasonal for this time of year, but the dew points in the mid to upper 50s, that's what's really made it feel kind of fall-like for us the past several days. Very nice afternoon across the two-state. Any plans to travel up to maybe Charlotte, Hartsfield, Jackson? Got to do some traveling out there this evening, tonight. No delays across the area, clear sailing, and generally dry conditions for all 3 of those places through at least tomorrow morning. We are tracking a good bit of rain, though, across the Midwest, the Central Plains. This is thanks to the stationary front. And how about this? Actually, some snow showers in the Rockies of Colorado and portions of Wyoming. For us, our closest rain is actually found along the coast, and this stationary front is what's going to be in play the next few days as it moves a little bit further inland and just brings back that humidity and brings back those rain chances as well. Now, even though these rain chances are relatively high, this doesn't necessarily mean it's expected to be an all-day rain. This is just telling you have a high chance of seeing rain at some point during the day, but it's not necessarily going to be an all-day rainfall. So dry conditions this evening, tonight, you can see that cloud cover building towards early Wednesday morning. The cloud cover overnight is going to help keep temperatures generally in the 70s for most of us for low temperatures, so unfortunately not feeling as cool out there tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we're jumping ahead to 3:30 here, and you can see most of the area is still fairly dry. So from sunup to 3:30 in the afternoon, we're not really expecting much rain across the area, minus an isolated shower. The highest rain chance is actually going to be later Wednesday afternoon through Wednesday evening around sunset. That's when the highest chance is going to be for us here around the metro. And then a few hours after sunset, most of the activity is going to be dying off towards early Thursday. Thursday's looking very similar. More clouds than sun through most of the day, and that's going to keep temperatures generally in the 80s for highs across most of the area. But later into the afternoon, likely going to have a good chance of seeing passing shower storm again. So a little bit different scenario out there. Heading off to the bus stop, not going to be quite as cool for you, but not feeling too bad. Temperatures generally near 70 for us. Coming home from school, that's when you may have to encounter a passing shower storm. The good thing about tomorrow is that high temperatures should actually be cooler That's going to be thanks to more clouds throughout the day, but we're not really expecting it to be as dry. So it's going to be more humid feeling out there tomorrow afternoon. Heading into the weekend, we're going to stay in the 80s for highs and expect a few passing showers or storms for mainly the afternoons.
Riley, thanks a lot. Coming up, how this futuristic-looking helmet is helping workers stay safe and comfortable on the front lines against COVID.
It sounded like a loud
News 12 is like family. We're here for the good.
and the bad.
We're working hard to make sure your family is safe from dangerous weather.
And protect you from potential threats our I-team uncovered.
Join the News 12 team weeknights starting at 4 p.m. We are on your side.
If you're a Black Panther fan, exciting news. The Black Panther comics are now completely free online. The freebie follows the August 28th death of Chadwick Boseman, star of Marvel's movie version. The comics are available on Comixology, which is a cloud-based platform owned by Amazon. It costs about $6 a month, but you don't have to subscribe to get the free titles. All you need is an Amazon login. It's not clear how long the free offer will last.
Okay, a new store in Japan opening just selling masks. They opened today in Tokyo. They even have a top dollar crystal studded mask. That price tag is 100,000 yen, or about $940 US. If you're looking for something a little more economical, maybe, they have about 200 other kinds of masks for sale. They even have a mask expert on hand to help you pick one out that's perfect for your face.
Who would have ever thought we'd have a mask boutique? Well, 3 students in Vietnam designed these special helmets for frontline healthcare workers. It gives them access to their face without exposing themselves to coronavirus. They're made for both safety and comfort.
They come equipped with a glove on the front that lets the wearer do something like scratch your nose or adjust your glasses without exposing yourself to any germs that might be around. The students' design won a Best Invention Design Award at the International Invention Innovation Competition in Canada last month. Not bad, somebody's thinking.
All right, we're keeping an eye on an area of low pressure just off the southeast coast that could become a named storm over the next few days. Give you an update on that just after a short break.
Well, it's one thing to turn... Your internet and wireless should always...
Fully owned and serving the CSRA since 1986.
It's one thing to turn 100 years old, but it's another thing to do so while breaking a world scuba diving record. Bill Lambert here celebrated the milestone yesterday at Pearl Lake in Indiana.
Yeah, we want to be like Bill, don't we? He's now the oldest certified scuba diver still diving. He didn't start off to learn scuba until he was 98 years old, so it's not too late for any of us. When asked what he plans for the future, he says he wants to live to be 101 and break his own record out there in the water.
I'm sure he'll be able to do that too.
He's a good sport.
Good stuff from Bill there. And hey, never too old to try anything, just like Richard was saying out there. We are watching an area of low pressure just off the southeast coast. This doesn't look all impressive right now in satellite imagery and not expected to develop all too much over the next few days. So medium risk from the National Hurricane Center that this could possibly turn into maybe a tropical depression over the next few days. And most models do bring it closer towards the Carolina coast by this weekend. But most of the models just kind of have it just dying off, not really forming into much, and just kind of getting sucked up into a front by the time we get to Friday and Saturday. But we'll continue to monitor. If anything changes, we will update you. Dry conditions this evening into tonight. You will notice more clouds than sun through the first half of your Wednesday. The higher rain chances Wednesday definitely going to be later into the afternoon through the evening hours. That's when our rain chance is going to be highest. But with the clouds tomorrow, actually should help keep our high temperatures generally in the mid-80s. So not going to be too hot. You will notice a little bit more humidity out in the air, though. For any weekend plans, we're going to stay in the 80s for highs and watch out for a few passing thunderstorms, mainly for the afternoons.
All right, Lorraine coming back into the picture there. That's going to wrap it up for News 12 first at 5. We're back for News 12 at 6 o'clock in 3 minutes. Hope to see you then.